Do you have your exit strategy? And I'm not taking your exit strategy of today of just leaving, the work and getting home and what are you going to do when you get home. I'm talking about selling your company, or selling your business, your retirement plan that you've been building. Even though your company is a passion, you love it, you love what you're doing, you're still going to sell it for money. It has a value to it. And you're not going to just leave that value on the table. You're not just going to close the stores one day and say, I'm done, and walk away. You are going to try and sell that business. And there's a couple steps that people don't think about that I've been kind of mentoring some people on, or just having roundtable discussions with, us saying, hey, this is the things you need to think about. So I thought I'd share them here today on this podcast. First off, do you even have an exit strategy? Have you even thought about this? I'm going to say the majority of you guys haven't even thought about how you're going to sell your company, who you're going to sell it to, or any of that stuff. You have to think about this. And sadly, you should have started thinking about this the day you bought the company, the day that you took it over, the day you started it. That is one of those paramount things that you need to be a part of. Not am I going to get in, how am I going to get out? One of the things that I never ever thought of was, how can somebody do my job? No, we're talking about selling a company and we're talking about somebody doing your job. It's the same thing if you're on the top. If you're the owner, it's the same thing. I had a client 7 years ago. They called me one day and said, hey, I want to get out. I want to retire. It's time to sell my business. I said, okay. I went through their books, 2x on the profits. And I said, your company's worth this. I will pay you this because I'm not looking to buy a company, but it's worth it to me to buy for this. And he looks at me and goes, I think that's a good deal, but I don't know. And I said, it's a fair deal. It's not a great deal. It's just a fair deal. And then he looked back at it and said, well, now that I've looked at it and you've explained it to me, I want this for the company. I said, have you even thought about this? He goes, no, I just called and I assumed you'd just give me a pile of money. I said, well, how big of a pile of money did you want? He goes, well, I didn't know. I was going to let you start talking and then kind of go from there. He had never thought about it. And I hate to say this, but we didn't make a deal. He didn't make a deal with anybody else, and he just closed his doors. And that $90,000 I was going to give him for his company disappeared. All that value that he had built over the 23 years of being in business is gone. Just poof, it's gone. And I don't want that to happen to anybody. I don't want to see anybody lose a business or be devalued or miss a step when it comes to retirement and living a nice, comfortable life for the hard work you did throughout all the years. So step one, when you buy a company, you're going to pour in the passion, the heart, and the soul to make it great and to grow it. Yes, understood. Right off the bat, whatever you do, better start writing it down. Those are your SOPs, standard operating procedures. You need to build SOPs on how you do the day-to-day, how you handle situations, how you organize your company. Because as you write it down, now somebody can follow it. But more importantly, you're going to learn from it. You're going to look at this and say, oh, as I'm writing this down, this is wrong. I should attack it this way. And you're going to learn how to grow that company and scale it differently by writing it down, taking the time to basically kind of grade yourself, review yourself on your steps.